Hey everybody, and welcome back to day 10 of the March Mood Mindfulness Challenge. So happy to be with you, particularly for today's prompt, which is all about smell and your sense of smell. We're still talking about the five senses. So today I have chosen a few things for you. One of my favorite scents is the frangipani. This is one of my most favorite flowers. For me, this evokes a sense of adventure, a sense of familiarity, good times. It has a really beautiful well-being for me. And it's actually I have two of them planted, one in the front and one in the back. It's actually one of the ways that I achieve a change of state. And we'll talk about state changes, perhaps maybe today, or if we don't have enough time today, I'll do it in another session or another video. But state change is really important, and it helps us manage emotions. So for me, this is associated with my relaxation time, which is walking on the beach and holidays and stuff like that. So I'm able to take myself back to that place of calm and happiness, which just takes away all my stress almost instantaneously. Another thing that I have for smells is my beautiful incense. This is my incense holder. What I'm burning today is Arabian Nights. This is like just one of my most favorites, followed by this one, Marrakesh, which is also another one of my favorites, followed by like every single other one I have, which is another one of my favorites. I've got sage, I've got Palo Santo, white sage, Palo Santo, and like just many. And in knowing a little bit of what I'm going to share with you today, you'll understand why smell is really important. And actually, like after sound, for me, I realized that it's smell, and then it's visual, and then it's taste, right? So I'll explain to you a little bit about how smell can trigger emotions and how it can trigger memory as well. So, scent is more, and the interesting thing is that scent is more likely to trigger emotions and memories than any of the other senses. So in the five senses that we have, so visual, auditory, smell, taste, and feeling, smell is the one that is unique and goes first on the list of being able to trigger an emotion, trigger memory, and I'll explain to you why. So usually when we have, we talked about sensations and how we input raw data from the external environment. When we see it, smell it, hear it, touch it, that's the raw sensation, and however we input it into our body, it gets transferred into an electrical signal and goes straight up to the thalamus, which is like the holding station. So say it's called the bus stop, and from there each bus goes out to the appropriate area in the brain. So all the senses do this except for smell. Smell, the neural pathways of smell that take the data of smell, they bypass the thalamus, so they bypass the bus stop, and they go straight to the olfactory bulb. And the olfactory bulb is like another center, like the main express center, and the olfactory bulb can then send an express neural signal to the amygdala, which is the emotional processing part of the brain, and then also shoots an express neural pathway or bus down to the hippocampus, which is where we process memory. So smell is able to get right in there and quickly elicit memories, quickly elicit emotions, and like more detailed ones, because it doesn't have to go through that first processing center of the thalamus. So the most wonderful thing is is that when you recognize that you're having that emotion, and whether it's a good one, so of course we love the good emotions, we love the positive emotions, and we allow them to be, but if we are recognizing that we're having a negative emotion, so say we're stressed, say you're frustrated, say you're angry, the first thing you need to do is notice that you are in that emotion. So say you've just come home from a long day at work, your feet hurt from being on your feet the whole time, your mind hurts from thinking and talking and managing people, you've been through peak hour traffic, you've caught the bus or the train, and you just got home and you're up to here, right? You're stressed, and God knows I've had many years of that, so I know exactly where that is. And you walk in the house and just the smell of home is your number one ability to just take it down a notch. And you know what, if someone's cooking dinner already, there's that second smell of dinner, which takes you down another notch. And then, you walk into your room, which has all your perfume and your candle, whatever is in there. I light an incense straight away, which is just, this is my smell. Once again, you're connected to that feeling of safety and comfort and security and home and what home means to you. Even like if you walk into your kids' bedrooms and you smell, God bless my hairy teenagers, but although it's not a nice smell, I'm still very grateful for it, because it means that I've had 18 years of this beautiful child, 14 years of this beautiful child, and that means something to me. And so that's the smell of gratitude. That I've been like that good of a mom, that I've kept them alive for that long. So as you walk into the house, you are like almost accosted by smells that mean things to you. And you slowly start to de-stress. And the main thing, the most important thing, is to be mindful of where you are and what happens. Like for me, it's always been that transition stage from something to something else. Like I can't come home from work, 9 p.m. finish, and then brush my teeth and go to bed. I know I can't do that. There needs to be this like intermediary time to de-stress. So smell is one of them. Eating is also one of them. Watching something is one of them. That's why a lot of people will have to watch a show or eat something, or it's really important to be aware of what your primary driver is to link to your brain how to start de-stressing. And this is one of the things we talk about in our coaching sessions is, what is your driver? What is your switcher on or an offer of your stress levels? So that's something to be aware of. So if the smell is, if the sense of smell is the closest one to initiate an emotion, and as well a memory, then no wonder they've created the whole industry called aromatherapy, because in aromatherapy you're able to de-stress, use the smell to de-stress. So they've put things like lavender and there's many things in many of these, Palo Santo, and sage is also a really good one. So they're senses or their smells that decrease your stress. Now, how so? So as the olfactory, as the neural pathways, as the smell, the raw input comes into the neural pathways, your brain starts registering that there is a change here, and it changes the brain waves, your brain waves. And I have another chart here which I've printed, and I will also upload that to the group if you're interested to have a look at it. So the smell is able to penetrate into our brain and create a change in brainwave state. Now, the beta brainwave is the one that's the most active. Alert is usually associated with physical effort. So you're always in a physical, sometimes you'll notice people are breathing through their mouth. So it's either puffed out because you're physical energy, or high anxiety. A lot of people are like, I can't breathe, and oh my God, I'm so excited, and it's just so great. And teenagers, I have too. From there, the next stage down the brainwave is the alpha brainwave. So that's your calm, relaxed focus. That's when you're learning. That's when you're watching Netflix and you're focused and you're thinking and you're learning and you're quite alert. And it's called in the moment. I know on Netflix you're like zoned out, but that's pretty much it. You're in the moment, you're concentrating on everything that's coming towards you, and you're relaxed, but you're so very alert and you're taking in a lot of information. This is where learning comes in. The next step is the theta brainwaves. This is where you're deeply relaxed and focused on the inside. And to activate theta, you need to use your nose. So this is why aromatherapy, so the smell and the passage, like the organ in which you breathe in, because so again, it's breathing, but not only is it breathing, it's also changing, allowing the scent, the molecule of the scent to hit the olfactory senses to create a chemical and neurological reaction to hit the back of your olfactory bulb to then create a brainwave state through the amygdala. It's so complicated, but it's so amazing. But basically what I'm saying is that the actual fact that you're taking in the air, which is associated with your breathing, is also associated with the molecule that goes in to create that brainwave state. So you're thinking that you're smelling a beautiful flower, but it's more than that. That beautiful flower is changing your stress levels in your brainwaves to a more relaxed, calm one. And that's what state change is all about. From being up here in beta stress, like I've just fought through peak hour traffic, to being like, I walked in and the kids have opened the Lego box like it used to be for me, and it was just everywhere, and the kitchen was just food everywhere. And I was like, I've moved from one stress to another stress. This is where mindfulness comes in, and you recognize that you can't have stress upon stress, because then you'll explode and then family life will be crazy, right? You need to create that little bit of time for yourself to come down off that beta brainwave high stress of peak hour traffic and work to being within yourself, like being mindful of how to change your brainwave state to a more relaxed, inward focused, and you're centered within yourself. And however long that takes, whether it's 30 seconds for you, whether it's 3 minutes for you, whether you need to take 30 minutes, however you need to, go for a walk, sit in your room to do meditation, just sit there in a warm bath, a shower, whatever you need to do to make that state change. And then you'll have, it's almost like, ding, I'm ready to go out there and face the kids. I'm ready to go out there and make dinner. I'm ready to, move on to the next stage. But the most important thing is between a stressful stage and stressful stage is you don't go back to back. You need to insert moments where you're reconnecting with yourself and you're in charge, and that the emotions don't run you. You're not angry. You actually decide what emotion you're having. So I hope this was helpful, everybody. Sorry for geeking out there, but it's something that very much excites me, and it just makes so much sense to this inquisitive mind that, I studied medical science and all that back at school, and it shows me just how relevant it is to my life at every stage of my life. Thank you so much for joining me. I can't wait to read your comments and see all the things that your favorite smells are, the things that take you back to that special memory or that special emotion that you love. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm really enjoying bringing you these videos. I hope you're enjoying them too, and I'll see you in my next video.